NFL Live pregame. He's Keg. I'm Kush. Keg, I just checked my bet slip. I got about 3,000 bets today, so it's either going to be the best day ever or not a good day. And I'm leaning toward it being the best day ever because I got you in that seat. We put a lot of bets in there, my friend. We got a little late game steam or late morning steam, I should say, towards some teams, and we're going to discuss that. We'll also talk about some player props that had movement too. How are you this morning, my friend? That bet sheet is looking busy.
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Yeah, we are invested today, which is normally the case on NFL Sundays, but I feel good about where we're at right now.
Von Polo, I leave you guys today. Later, dude. You're going to miss a big day today. I'll tell you that. Oh, hopefully you'll be here through today, and then you'll come back tomorrow. Andrew, yes, it's a public show. Iowa, yes, we're making money today. Michael, what up? Picking seasons for Tyler. Oh, boy, man. You know, we did that Nuke the Prop show. I'm all over Aaron Jones today. Touchdown, yards rushing. Let's have a day, JW. Let's have a day. I meant to say I believe you guys today. All right, I take it back, Von Polo. I love you. Yes, I believe in you, Von Polo. I believe in you.
Love Von Polo. He's been around forever.
Look how texting and driving. It's not good, buddy.
Yeah, let's not do that though, right?
Just don't do it. Just sit in your car. We'll win you some money today. I'm excited about this. For those of you that have not signed up, you got about 27 minutes to get in, so you get all our plays for today. All you got to do is go to nukethehouse.com, click on subscribe. Any package, we will not charge you. You just put in the code Nuke NFL, Nuke NFL, and you'll get a free week. The week is on us. Keg, I want to do some injury news. We'll bring Ramon in. We do have some late movement here on these lines, but who's active today? Jordan Love is active. Olave, we thought he might miss midweek, but nope, he's in there today. Our boy Deontay Johnson battling a groin, obviously not serious enough to keep him out. Keenan Allen, is this his debut with the Bears, or did he make a little?
He played in week one. I think he played in week one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's back today. Trent Williams is likely to play. That's big because the Niners are a completely different team without him. Debo and Kittle expected to play today. Kenny Walker's back for the Sea Chickens, and then Laporta is going to play. He got a little ankle issue last week. For the Texans, still no Joe Mixon. Tank Dell is out. This is for November, but Christian McCaffrey should be back by November, so his career is not done. Don't worry about it. This is for you. Morgan Moses is out today. Remember, we were watching that game. He got hurt. He's not playing. Right. You guys already have a little offensive line issues with the Jets.
Hey, man. Hey, this is not a personal attack on my team, okay?
This is not a personal attack. I'm just saying this is factual.
Hey, listen. Yeah. I just want anytime you talk about the New York Jets, I just want to hear you say, Keg, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Keg, Richard Todd, Wesley Walker, Al Toon, Jair Alexander, Oat. You getting on the Jefferson props or no?
That's big, man. That's really big. I felt really good about the Packers. I don't think this Minnesota team could just continue to crap on everybody. But Jair Alexander being out with JJ on the other side of the field is a little bit scary. I don't feel as good about it now.
We also got Devontae Adams out, and then we got Lane Johnson out too.
My God,
Minnesota plus 8.5 in teasers. Okay, got it. Iowa. What's up, Ramon? We're gonna talk about some Steve with you, pal. What's going on?
Hi, Holden. Hi, Keg. Yeah, should be a fun day today for sure. And we've been seeing some late moves here that maybe are kind of clicking with the public, but I'm sure some of the moves are a little bit obvious this week as well. Some of the bigger moves we've seen so far. I think, Pittsburgh here starting to take a little more action here with late steam. Note the injury there. Holden to the Colts center is going to be missing this one on kind of some late information. And Tampa Bay taking action here against the Eagles in that one. Still looking at mostly 1s and 1.5s everywhere, but every time they put it up to 2 on maybe some square plays with the Eagles, some square money coming in. Sharps keep hitting it down to 1.5 and 1.
Yeah, so we bet the Steelers at -110 on the money line on Monday, And I know that Holden said that he doesn't feel good about it. I don't feel great. Here's the thing. When you have to count on Justin Fields to win 3 road games in a row, it puts you in a spot where you don't feel great. But he is unquestionably the best quarterback on the field today based on what we've seen Anthony Richardson do through 7 games. The line's at -2.5 now. I could see it getting to 3 before kick. It wouldn't shock me. So I like where we're at with the best defense in the league, but I get the concerns, Kush.
Well, I told you, every time I tell you I'm concerned, you win. So this is good news. This is really good news. Hey, Ramon, I was just looking at the board a little too. So yeah, we had a little bit of move toward Pittsburgh now.
Yeah, the total seems to be lighting up here a little bit right now. Holding on. We're just seeing a slight move, maybe half a point to the over here.
Okay. All right. That's one game that we got. Yeah, the totals are pretty interesting. So we had a little move with the Vikings. Packers went up a point. Is that right, Ramon? I'm seeing that at FanDuel. Jacksonville, that Houston game went down about a point, and then New Orleans and the Saints jacked up all the way from 40.5 to 42.5 this morning on FanDuel.
We may have seen a little bit of public play, I think, on Green Bay. I think we knew getting the word maybe 36 hours ago, maybe a little less, that Jordan Love was going to be in there. And, everyone waking up now to the real confirmation, even though yesterday might have got lost in some of the Saturday action that Love was going to play. So don't know if we'll get to 2.5 necessarily there, but I do show right now that Circa has it juiced up to -112 on that 2.5 currently for Green Bay. What was the other one, Holden?
I don't remember. It was a total, wasn't it? I think it was
Houston.
I let you down, brother. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. So for the Texans here, look, I think the one thing that's clear when they're, in their match today with Jacksonville, up to 45.5 right now at Nevada. Do we really expect Trevor Lawrence to come in against still a decent Houston defense and all of a sudden find himself in this situation and turn it all the way around? That one had me baffled a little bit.
I completely agree with you, Ramon. I couldn't agree more. This feels like a get-right spot for the Houston Texans off what happened in Minnesota. I mean, currently, Lawrence looks worse than his rookie year. We know Peterson's on the hot seat. He's the favorite to be replaced as the first coach this year. Who knows the state of the locker room right now? I couldn't agree with you more. The Texans feel like the side to me.
Yeah, but I think it would be because certainly Jacksonville, if they're going to have any chance at all. And again, this does now fall into that 5.5+ points category, right? Where we've talked about at this point, you might have it 15-3, Holden, you might have it 16-2 or whatever. But these dogs.
What are your thoughts on that, Ramon? Like 15-3 to start the year on dogs, 5.5 points or more. Do you just think obviously it's a very small sample size, but do you think the odds makers just don't have a bead right now on teams that are below average? Like what do you
think? Going to attract a lot of public money, and as soon as it gets to those bigger numbers, right? Because how many of these games? I don't know. We have to go back and look at it, guys. But it's got to be 50% of them through the back door, right? A lot of times where a team. Look, we think of a 10, 12-point lead as gold almost sometimes. Not necessarily. We know that teams can come back, but then you get to the end of the game, right, and you're holding that 12-point lead, and what's it going to matter here if they get that touchdown and close it to 5? We're going to get this win and get out of here. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing too, and the competitive nature of the Pete Rozelle theory here right now. There's no doubt. We got some 3-0 teams and whatnot, but they're against the spread. That's the most thrilling thing about it. People always say, guys, the NFL is the most unpredictable of all leagues. It's actually the most predictable. Unfortunately, you only have one way to go. It's like a half a point this way, that way makes the difference, right? It's so predictable because look at where the totals fall, right? A lot of times, almost right on. Yeah, half of them are going to be off a few, but how many times where the whole thing lies in the balance on that last play of the game, whether we're going to get the side, the total, and whatnot. It's just a matter of being on the right side of it.
Hey, Ramon, we're finally in week 4. So next week I start betting the teams that the books need. Because again, like, look at this. This has been ridiculous. Teams getting 5.5 plus or 14-2 against ATS. That's not going to continue. But I still, maybe you're doing this. I still love the books say we need, they needed the Falcons against the Chiefs and the Eagles and everything. And it's like, oh, the Falcons are going to get blown out. I love doing what the books need because they make a lot of money, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to bring up is if you have prop bets on the over on Nico, Harrison, or Aaron Jones, Harrison Jr., those are the 3 most bet props this week. So beware. Hopefully the chalk will just hit one of these weeks if you're on those guys. But let's talk about this real quick because when the books need something, the books often get something. No reason to bet blind, Ramon, but it really is amazing because it's just one simple bit of research and you kind of get a sense where maybe you should go, right?
I'm dogging under, but you're always going to be, uncomfortable when you hear that you're on that side with, 75, 80% of the public, certainly. And there are always going to be spots. And like you said, Holden, it's not going to continue at a 14-2 clip, but I know what you're getting at certainly there. So I just think for me right now, again, this is a predictable league, just trying to be on the right side. That's what makes these moves so important oftentimes, especially those half point moves on those key numbers that we always come back to. Most funny thing though is all of a sudden you hear a lot of the sharps out there talking the talking heads a little bit that we always think of the key numbers 3, 4, 6, 5 is now turning into a key number in the NFL.
That is crazy. Is there a big enough sample for it to be a legitimate key number though?
I think what we're seeing with the 5 is ever since the combination of the longer field goal and the 2-point conversion, that gets us off a lot of those 3s, 4s, 6s, and 7s a lot of times. And I think that's why we're in it. I think that there might be something to that. Maybe we got to run it through the algorithm there, but 5.5, 5, you get where I'm saying. You're talking about those dogs and everything, and it keeps landing here. It happened the other night when the game landed on 5, I think, on a 5.5 favorite.
Keg, you want to chime in or you want me just to keep going?
No, keep going.
You want me to just roll off Holden and let you guys have at that.
Let's go, buddy.
Roll off the general steam here. These were the most significant steam moves that came in during the week. I'll read off the original line, and you can see where it is now, whether it's gone up and down. New Orleans and Atlanta, the first big key move on that under 44. You see it now, 42, 42.5. Mentioned Pittsburgh. That one keeps getting hit today here. And again, I think it's based on that news, but also 38.5 got hit plenty early on. You see that went all the way up now, 40 and 41. Cincinnati and Carolina, money keeps flowing in here. They've steamed it higher here. I'm showing Bovada right now up to 48, while all the other books are hanging on at 46.5. That's something to consider if you're an under player there.
Where can I stop you for a second? Where are you at in that Cincinnati Carolina game? You would have thought the get right spot for the Bengals was last week at home, 0-2, going up against the Skins. Now they're 0-3. They go on the road today. They need this game like they need blood, or the year is over, and they might as well just go golf now. Like, do you think they get straightened out today against Carolina, Ramon?
I think they should win the game, but I'm not going to trust them to cover anything here on the road against. Look, Panthers are different with Dalton. Whether or not they're out of the bottom 5 or whatever, I don't know. But rather take my chances here. The Bengals certainly look shaky enough that they have a lot to prove. I don't think one game is going to show at this point that they can completely show us that they are even a division contender at this point. Right now, they got to fix everything, or at least just get the win at this point. So I'd have to. I'm on the dog here. Keg, actually dogging under there.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Holden, I saw Andy Dalton putting his pads on today, and
Good.
I'm not gonna lie, the guy had mojo.
You felt the mojo through the television.
He looked locked in. Like
good.
He did.
Well, we got some massive revenge games today. You know, Aaron Jones, we got Andy Dalton. Aaron Jones just got a standing ovation pregame from the Packers fans.
Did he really?
His dad's ashes are on Lambeau Field. How do we not buy into one narrative today?
And don't forget, I know you're probably thinking of them all, but also the Buccaneers beat up on the Eagles in that playoff game last year.
How does that work now? Does he pick them up and like move them to Minnesota, or they're just on Lambeau forever? How does that work?
No, like it's the rain probably washed it into the deep down in the soil, so it's there.
It's tough to get traded when your dad's ashes are on Lambeau.
He didn't even get traded. He just left. They didn't give him enough money.
Oh,
so
man.
He's like, screw you guys. I'm out of here. And he has been amazing this year.
He has.
I don't know if this is the time or place, Holden, at this point. I know we're on a football show, but if you're saying, here's me spreading my mother's ashes at Petco Park on the first day the stadium ever had their first game, and there I am. My mom had just passed away a couple of months before. So whenever the ball goes in the right field corner, I say, there's my mom.
That's fantastic.
Not shown in the photo. Ramon pouring that on whoever was the left fielder for the Padres that year. How did he take that?
Of course, that was in right field, and actually it was after the game, and the usher actually saw me doing it, and I think he was coming to. But you know what? It's pretty obvious when you're doing something. This was the first game ever played at that stadium, as that's how long, 20 years ago.
Well, Ramon, as long as you didn't pull a Lebowski and the thing got blown back in your face.
Hey, it's your fault, Holden. You brought that up, but again, I think that's something.
Don't blame me. I love it. I love spreading people's ashes all over.
Yeah, and I have it right here on my phone, ready to go at a moment's notice. Also today, here's a significant move today. Was been on the over in the Patriots and the Niners. Look, we're up to here 41.5 right now with that. Questionable offense for the Patriots, certainly, and the Niners, certainly feeling their injuries here at this point. But one thing to note so far, and the trend, the same thing happened last year, Holden. The morning games are going under and the afternoon games are going over. I don't know, you want to look into remember the types of teams that play. Maybe the afternoon we see some better teams. So far, early kickoffs, 7-17 to the under, 17 of 24 early kickoffs under. In the late games, the afternoon window, it's 8-4 to the over so far after 3 weeks. So I'll keep you posted on those as well. And if I could go one further, we're starting to see the buys right now. So far, last year, the buy teams heading into the buy were 8-24 to the under in the week prior. And if you combine that with the previous 2 seasons, this is last 3 years, teams with the buy the next week are 29-67 to the under when they're heading into their buy. That's over 2/3.
Ramon, you're awesome. Thanks for the time, buddy. And
wait, can I ask one more question?
Of course you can.
You're a guy. What's the steam on the total in the Arizona game?
Yeah, Keg. So far, we've seen under has been really the call there, which is funny because it does feel. I like the over. I think everybody. I just was on. Everyone's saying over, and I think that's feeling like it's going to be Kyler certainly and Jaden Daniels and bad defenses, but the Sharps keep kind of hanging their hat on a little bit of under. It's all the way down here now to 48.5 at Circa, and maybe I'm just Joe Square. I like it over, and it seemed like a bunch of cappers liked it over as well. But this one keeps getting hit to the under, and a little bit of reverse line movement as well. Every time we've seen the steam come in over, the Sharps are there to take it back down. So I'm on the over. Call me Square. All right, guys.
I
gnarly loves you.
I lean over with you, buddy.
DB Gnarly loves you. We love you too, Ramon.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thanks for the great comments. Great to be with you guys. Nuke the house right now. So enjoyed it. I watched some of the UFC last night too, Keg. So great job.
Thank you, buddy.
Take care, Ramon.
Thanks, guys.
And thank you, Keg, for getting me back. Listen, these guys crush NASCAR. And again, it's a sport that you got to learn how to tail. But yesterday, Keg won me some money. And if the Chiefs win with the parlays that Coop and Keg threw out there, forget about it. We're doing very, very, very well. Hey, let me tell you a couple things that the books need today, okay? We got the books need the Falcons. They're getting 36% of the spread bets, but 57% of the spread dollars. So actually, they need the Saints today. Vikings, Green Bay. Green Bay's only getting 32% of the spread bets, but 49% of the dollars. And this is interesting. All the movement and the liabilities on Carolina today. Wow. So
nobody believes in Cincy, huh?
Nobody believes in Cincinnati, my friend. Hey, let me give a quick plug here with the like button. If you're watching on X, make sure that you come on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notifications so you get all of our shows. At 1:15 or so, Keg and the boys are going to be live betting the games behind the paywall. So they'll be doing it behind the paywall. Our last full Sunday night game that is free tonight. Then we're going to go first half free, second half behind the paywall. Thursday we'll keep free, and then we'll move on to Monday night, first half free, and then second half behind the paywall. Keg, if they want to get in right now, Nuke NFL. Nuke NFL is the code, nukethehouse.com. Subscribe to any plan. We won't charge you. Nuke NFL. What do we got today, my friend? I still got to write you a synopsis for that crappy Titans Dolphins game. We still don't know who the quarterback is, and we still might have Raheem Mostert. So there's a lot going on that's happening here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, even if you don't want to tail the picks, and even if you're a sports bettor that, believes in his own action, that's awesome. But it's still worth coming to sign up at the website for 30 hours of in-game betting content every single week. We're live for every NFL game, every MMA event, every NASCAR race. And, it just being a part of the community and hanging out on the live shows and maybe grabbing a couple live angles is worth its weight in gold alone, even if you don't tail people. So I encourage everybody, if you haven't taken advantage of the free week, please do so. I mean, it costs you literally nothing. Use the code Nuke NFL, and you can come hang out with us today in about 25 minutes.
Yeah, and we've got a lot going on this afternoon. It's NASCAR. We got NASCAR today, right?
We do, my guy, and we're looking to cash a plus 830 parlay with KC.
Yes, that's what I am waiting on right now. Let's go hit that. By the way, the Falcons just went from a pick'em to -2.5. So the sharps are all over the Browns, sharps all over the Falcons.
They feel like the side today to me too.
Atlanta. The Browns were +1. Now they're 2.5-point favorites, dude.
The problem is, like, I just can't back Deshaun Watson on the road.
No.
Like, who wants to do that?
Nobody wants to do it. Let's give a best bet. Okay. We'll give my best bet. Actually, I should pay you to tail my best bet, but it's a chalky play, dude. I didn't know it was going to be this chalky, but it is. Now I got a good number at 56.5 for Aaron Jones. He's at 57.5 now. But again, the revenge game. His dad's ashes are at Lambeau. He just got a standing ovation. Everything's pointing this guy's way. Second in running back yak per attempt. So he's getting hit and he's still picking up yards. Green Bay, 28th yak yards after contact. So they're not tackling well. And again, we hit that Jonathan Taylor earlier in the year, and he didn't have many carries, but he busted right through it. Aaron Jones, 8th most explosive run rate. 9th in missed tackles. I mean, I just got so much going here. And then Jones says, I'm jumping into the Lambeau. I'm doing the Lambeau leap today. And he'll probably just get a whole bunch of love from it. So that's what I'm on. It is chalky. I didn't think it would be this chalky. So beware. So a touchdown over 56.5. I'd go 57.5. What do you got, Keg? You want to give out one play today?
Yeah, I actually haven't bet it yet. I'm going to bet it as soon as the show is over. We were waiting on the news on Vita Vea because with A.J. Brown out, with Lane Johnson down, with Devontae Smith down, We thought that Saquon obviously was going to carry the majority of the load today. If Vita Vea was not playing, I was going to attack his rushing yards. But now that he is playing, I think Saquon receiving yards is the way to go. Right now, 22.5 at FanDuel minus $1.10. You have to shop it. I don't mind the receptions either, but we're talking about a guy that could literally take a 5-yard flat and take it for 60. So I might bet one of his alternative lines also. But yeah, let's go with Saquon Barkley over 22.5 receiving yards, but shop it because I haven't yet.
Well, I'll tell you what it is right now. It's Sugar House, Bet Rivers, 22.5 minus 10. FanDuel, 22.5 minus 10. So that's a full unit play?
Probably, yeah.
You telling me probably. Come on, man. You got to hit this thing.
Yes.
Hit it. Yeah? Yeah. Let's go. I love it. You're laying down the gauntlet, dude. Okay. So we went through all that stuff. I want to remind you, get over to nukethehouse.com. Anything else you want to throw out there? We got a lot of bets in the chat. Tyler's going DJ Moore over 4.5 catches. Jeff has a 15-leg TD parlay for $2 million. He also likes the Broncos money line this afternoon. I look at Javonte Williams unders. I don't think he's getting that many carries now. I think he's been passed by Beatty, and I think they like McLaughlin a little bit more. So that's something to look at as well. And then I know that Tyler loves Pickens, and a couple other guys love Pickens. What do you think of this bet? Nico to get a pass, a catch on the first drive, even money.
I don't mind it, but I think if you bet that, you have to bet Diggs too, because it could be Diggs. You know what I mean? So I don't mind that angle, but I think if you bet Nico, you got to bet Diggs too. And you might get them both on a drive.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go get that Saquon bet in. What do you want to what is that? Climb the ladder. How high can we go there?
I'm thinking 50.
Oh,
I mean, they have nobody. Like, you have to think Goddard has a day, right? Like, who do they have? They have nobody.
Goddard drives me freaking nuts after that week, but
we
can go back to it. It doesn't really matter. His Saquon's 40 plus is 285.
Yeah, like that's not bad, man. He could get there today for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet his number, and then I'm gonna go watch the live show. That's what I'm gonna do. Go watch the live show. Sign up. Nuke NFL. Go to nukethehouse.com. Subscribe. No charge. Nuke NFL is the code. Free week on us. What were you gonna say, buddy?
I just said, my man.
My man. That's all you got to say. All right. I will not hop on the show today. I will be in the chat from time to time.
You can hop on the show.
No, don't give a pick.
What I think about a play, okay? Don't do that. You can come hang out, but just don't ask me about JJ today.
Oh, Kush the Mush was in full effect. But it was, again, I say this. He is the more foolish because he was the fool who followed the fool. And that's all I can say. Let's go have a day, boys. Let's go win some money. I'm excited. I got too much action out there. So maybe tonight I'll be popping champagne, buddy. Put that damn graphic up there. No Kush, sign me up. Love it. Let's go Nuke the House.